Welcome back, sports fans. Now, if you don't want your feelings hurt, turn it off right now and go to another video.
From diesel or gas pacers to rocket-powered racers, nomads, go-mads, RVs, schoolies, they'll turn it, tweak it, tune it, fix it so smoothly. That's why he's badge. Everybody needs one.
Okay, welcome back, sports fans. Now, as you probably noticed under the channel right now, it's called Free, Cheap, and Easy. And the reason for that is that me and Blind Views and Line Screw on the occasion, we come up with these stupid ideas why it's all free, cheap, and easy. Because it's not really free, cheap, and easy. It's very expensive, costs lots of money, and it takes lots of time. So it's not really free, cheap, and easy, but you'll see that. Okay, now what happened here is in the last 2 or 3 weeks, all these idiots are getting on YouTube and showing how they smashed their trailers up on the road. And there's no reason for it. I don't care what anybody says. As you know, I'm not asking for permission. And there is no reason for an accident. Every accident is preventable. Ask your insurance company, they'll tell you that. So what they're talking about is they're driving down the road and they lose their trailer and whoop into the ditch and wow, 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 wow. And then the thing that pisses me off the most is they go get a GoFundMe account for their stupidity. Now, why should you have to pay for their stupidity? Anyway, we're getting off topic. As you notice the Dodge and the trailer, notice how long the line. Now, I have a video back in number 10 or 12 that shows this down the desert. And what you do is you measure the back of the trailer, the front of the trailer, the line on the truck on the front and the back. And you get that trailer and the truck exactly level. Now, whatever you have to do that, I don't want to hear, well, it's just, well, no, level. I'm talking level. I don't want nothing, not even 1% off level. That's what it has to be. And the other thing is that you always have the tires on your truck that are the load rating that you're pulling. So if you got pulling 10,000 pounds, add up all your tires, and if it comes to 2,200 pounds, your tires aren't good enough. Put tires on it, that'll do it. And the springs and everything else. Now, come on in, Al, we'll talk about this real close. Now, every trailer is different, and anybody that says they're not, I'm not saying nothing. Like this trailer here, for instance, is a 15V light. The only way I can haul this safely, well, I haul it safely anyway, is to fill the back water tank. And now everybody says, well, you can't, shut up. Just pay attention. I'm telling you what I'm doing. I fill the back water tank, and that balances it out so that the front's not, because if the front's heavier than the back, that's when you're getting all this stuff. And every accident, sway, anything is preventable. Now, on the front of the truck, you'll notice I have an Anderson distribution hitch. It doesn't matter if it's Anderson, Kurt, it don't matter. As long as it's weight distribution hitch. Now, I'm going to tell you a little secret. Anything over 4,000 pounds, you need one of them. I don't give a shit what the salesman says. You always put one of them on. Sway control is very good. Now, just for instance, believe me, I'm not backed by Anderson by any means. We pulled this trailer through Montana in January in 85-mile-an-hour winds from Milk River, Alberta to Shelby. 85-mile-an-hour winds, and that thing didn't sway one bit. So I'm not that good, I'll tell you that. Weight distribution hits, that's what does it. Trailer tires. As far as I'm concerned, you can prove me wrong, is that when you buy a trailer, go get good tires, Goodyear or something like that. Get good tires, Michelin or something like that. The ones that come with it are the cheapest things on the face, except Forest River's been putting some pretty good ones on lately, and Airstream, of course. But the tires, whatever the weight of the tire trailer is, this one here is 7,900 pounds. My tires are good for about 9,600. So you always have the 3/4 thing. Just remember the 3/4 thing. So you always have tires better. Now, the thing about it is everybody goes, on you now. Half-ton towable. Now, half-ton towable means, one, I am cheap. Two, I don't know what I'm doing. And three, I'm going to end up in the ditch. That's what half-ton towable is, because there's very few trailers out there, unless it's a tent trailer or some of them micro trailers that are half-ton towable. I don't care what the salesman says. I don't care what Ford says. I don't care what anybody says. Half-ton towable is a golf cart. Okay? Now, this is the trick. We'll take my Dodge for prime example. It doesn't matter if it's a Dodge, Ford, Chevy. It doesn't matter. Okay? I'm just going to round these off because 2 or 3 pounds here ain't going to make a bit of difference. That's the towing capacity of my Dodge. Now, if you go to a diesel, you can push it up to 14,000, I think it is. Okay? Now, on this is my brain thinking, so be careful. On this here, my number is 3/4, right? So you take 3/4 of that is about 7,600. Okay? That is the minimum. The minimum that or the maximum I can pull in my mind. All right? So right now, at 76, we're 8,100 is what we are. 8,100 pounds going down the road. So 81, that gives me a 2,000 buffer, right? Now, with that 2,000 buffer, now you can't do this with a diesel. With the 350, with the 5.7 gas, I hardly ever put it in tow mode. Very seldom put it in tow mode. Maybe in the mountains or something, right? That's what it is. Now, the tongue weight is something that, the tongue weight, you can control the tongue weight by the airbags in the back and tires and everything else. So it doesn't really affect the trailer. Now, what you want to do is take your trailer, before you go on a holiday, don't go to the dealer, buy it, and go to the holiday, unless you know what you're doing. And you take it and give it a wag test. What I mean by wag test is go on some road where there's not very many people and go 60. Now, trailers are not made to go over 65. I don't give a shit what anybody says. If you pull them over 65, turn the little timer on your dash, and that when that timer's over, that's when the thing's in the ditch, because they're not made for that. They're not made for it. Look at this right here. What's it say right here? Right on the side of this tire right here. This is a Carlisle, which is a very good tire, and it's a radial HD. And right there, what does it say? Right there. Maximum. PSI, 65 PSI. Now, what I want you to do, and people are going to, you look inside the door. Now, if you take and change the tires on your trailer from the manufacturer tires, take the sticker on the door and throw it, because it has no bearing on it anymore. Not one bit soever. Ask me, it cost me a set of tires. So what you do is take, like my brother Jimmy, my little brother Jimmy, he's a lot smarter than I am, and he says, put them up the max and drop them down 5. And I'll tell you, that trailer made a world of difference when we pulled it. Okay? Now, the wag test, you go down at 60 mile and wiggle, just jerk the wheel and see what the trailer does. If the trailer doesn't do nothing, you got it figured out. If it starts wagging and almost throws you in the ditch, you know you have a problem. Right then, fix the problem. Don't wait till you're 3 years down the road. Fix it then. Find out why it's heavy on the front and light on the back and yada, yada, yada. Like I said, this one here, we have to fill the water tank. So that's the stuff, yeah, there's every trailer that goes in the ditch, there's a reason for it. Believe me, trailers do not go down the road and just flip into the ditch. Okay, now if you got a we'll get back to the half-ton towable, which all these salesmen are trying to shove down your throat. They say this is half-ton towable. I would never in a million years tow this with a half ton. It's all I can do with the Dodge. And you got to remember, my truck's got about 5,000 pounds of tools in it. So that makes it sit better, right? And everybody's like, I can't understand. I know people that's got trucks, 1 ton 350s or 3500s, and they go buy a trailer, and they buy the trailer that's way out of their towing. They can't even tow it. It's not even in the capacity. Well, you know, if you buy your, like this here, 11,000 pounds, right? We'll use this one. Now, if I go and buy a trailer that tows, that's the towing capacity, right? If I buy a trailer like that, I'm asking for a problem. Remember, turn the timer on the dash, and then when it pops, then you know you're going in the ditch, because eventually you're overpowering everything. Your truck's, like, what happens if you got this trailer on the back? Here's a prime example. And that one that I just seen was a prime example. If you put this 11,000 pounds, that truck is built so it'll stop very good with the brakes it's got on it. What if you go and throw 11,000 more pounds on it? What's it going to do? It's going to run right through the brakes into the rhubarb. People, this isn't rocket science. So just remember that. If the brakes are failed, like one trailer, it was hooked to an SUV. They said it was towable. I say bullshit, but they say it was towable. And then they had no goddamn brakes on it. There's no brakes on the trailer. So you're putting that 4,000 pounds or 5,000 pounds on the truck. When it gets out, like one guy said in the comments, and it's true. If it starts wagging on you, hit the trailer brakes and it'll stop. Not the truck brakes, the trailer brakes. Like anything over 4,000 pounds has to have trailer brakes on. I'm sorry. I don't know why I would come up with that number, because the government uses it. No, as a matter of fact, I think the government uses 3,500 pounds. But that's what I mean. And don't give me the shit while I didn't know. Like, I'm not buying that crap. You're spending $100,000 on an RV and you don't know how to drive it? Like, come on, people. Wake the hell up. And that's what I'm saying. Ask. If you don't know, take your phone, put it on Google, and put in, my truck, how much can it tow? And it'll tell you. My trailer is this, how much is it? And it'll tell you. And put 2 and 2 together and put them together. Like, I would probably never do this, but when they do this and they throw it up on YouTube, which there's a lot of shitty content out there lately, and then they go and ask for a GoFundMe, I got zero patience for it. And everybody goes on about blind views because he's not even an RVer. But he's right. So I'm just going to leave that with you. Take your truck, your trailer, and add it up. And this will give you the number. And that's what you want to do. Now, when you add the truck and trailer together, you're going to say, holy shit, that's 15,000 pounds. What the hell? Is my truck going to stop that? Good. Now you're thinking. And don't give me this shit, I don't know how much for a trailer. Go to any Loves or Flying J or TA, or almost every city has a weight scale in it. Everyone. Weigh the damn thing, and then you know what you are. So I'm going to leave that with you. I know it's a lot of information, and if you know somebody that's towing something that's wrong, send them the damn video. And if they still have a question, tell them to call me, because this is all preventable, people. Accidents don't just happen. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Badge. Everyone needs one. We love our badge, and just remember, he's not asking.